every Tesla stock investor that has a Tesla vehicle should participate in this survey. And even if you do not have a Tesla vehicle but are an investor, you probably know someone who does have a Tesla vehicle, and you should drag them into this survey so that they tell everyone how happy they are about their Tesla. Because you know how Tesla makes most of the sales? It's through word of mouth. Well, right here is your chance to participate in that. The media will probably run with the results of this survey, so we want to make sure we get as many people participating here as possible. There will be a link down below to this survey. And I'm going to go through that survey right now. To keep this video shorter, I will skip some parts that are not meaningful. Basic autopilot. I would say somewhat satisfied, because sometimes it does phantom braking. It does brake when there's nothing in front of you. And after that, I don't use it as much anymore. Although now I just use FSD. So FSD works pretty well. Maps and directions, I'll put somewhat satisfied. The main thing that I don't like is when you drive the car and you need to turn, the map is still all zoomed out. I want the map to zoom in, even though you have this huge screen. Sometimes when there are turns super close to each other in an intersection where, let's say, you need to turn left, but there are like sort of like two lefts that you can take, you don't know which one, because the map does not zoom in. But overall, I am certainly quite happy with the navigation and the maps, except for that one single reason. Touchscreen controls, yeah, very good. Next one is voice commands. I would say I'm in between somewhat satisfied and very satisfied. I do have an accent, so it works almost every single time, but not every single time, but it works much better than anything else. So I'll just put very satisfied. The sound system, very satisfied. It's really good. I love it. Radio and music options, I'm happy with that. Automatic windshield wipers. In the past, I would have put this. Terrible. The automatic option doesn't really work very well. Now, though, with software upgrades, I find it's somewhere right here. Maybe neutral, but more towards somewhat satisfied. Next question that we have is the phone app. I'm very happy. The phone app works very well. Comparing that with the Mercedes app, there's no comparison. It's like, supposedly Mercedes has an app, but it just, the most annoying thing about it was it logged me out once every probably 4 days. So I would have to log in, and there's a PIN and there's a password. It's like you have to enter two things, and I would forget the PIN sometimes. And then I would have to reset the whole thing. It was super annoying. Keyless entry. It works every single time. I never had an issue with it. Maybe occasionally there's a delay of like maybe 1.5 seconds when I try to open the door. It takes maybe 1 second for it to unlock itself, but that happens rarely, and it's never an issue. Video game options. I don't play games, so I guess I'm satisfied. Video and movie options. Oh, actually, we tried Netflix. It was awesome. Zoom app, although it was a bit slow. Our Model 3 is not the newest one. It just took a bit to load, but once it loads, then it's great. Maybe it took like half a minute to load, but I think the new ones are very fast. Smart summon. You mean the not smart summon? Well, it's in beta. It's in beta. So I'm gonna skip this one because I never use it. And yes, Bloomberg actually allows you to skip questions, and they will still look at all of the other answers. So feel free to skip if you need to skip a question. Sentry mode, very satisfied. Next set of questions about performance. The Tesla is enjoyable to drive. Oh, absolutely. The battery range is sufficient for my needs. Absolutely. I wish the range was longer, but I am happy. My car improved with over-the-air updates. Absolutely. The biggest improvement for me was before, when I would want to adjust the temperature 1 out of 3 times, sometimes 1 out of 2 times. About 2 minutes later, after I adjust the temperature, I'm like, why is my butt getting hot? And when I look at the screen, oh, I pressed the heated seats button again. See how close this thing was? I mean, if you looked directly at the screen, it was no problem. But if you looked away for one moment and you tried to press on it, often I would click on the heated seats instead of this right here. Too close. But the issue is fixed now. The car performs well in snow and ice. Absolutely. There's no, if you don't have an electric car, yeah, it's not going to be nowhere near as good no matter what you do. The battery range declines at an acceptable rate in cold weather. I live in Canada. Driving on autopilot enhances my safety. Autopilot. Technically, the numbers show that yes, but because of phantom braking, I didn't use it anymore. I'm going to skip this one. Other people have a better experience. FSD, though, I like it. The navigate on autopilot feature makes reliable driving decisions. I didn't use it that much, so I'm going to skip that one. I like the way the Tesla looks on the inside. Yeah, absolutely. The storage space is sufficient for my needs. Absolutely, because you also got the frunk. The seats are comfortable. Absolutely. The interior materials are luxurious. Well, we had a BMW 7 Series, so that's what I'm sort of comparing it to. To me, it feels somewhat luxurious maybe, but not so much in a traditional sense. It's because of the technology. The technology makes it good, but the materials, I don't know, maybe not as much, but I would still say, yeah, for me, I'm okay. It's easy to see surrounding cars in the road in front of me while driving. Absolutely. It has great visibility, and I like that you don't have anything in front of you because there's no cluster panel. I love that. I just wish there was a heads-up display. I would get that. I like the way the Tesla looks on the outside. The Model 3, I like how the Model Y looks. From the pictures, you would think that the Model Y is somewhat similar in terms of looks, but it just feels to me quite a bit differently in person. So I like the Model Y, especially from the sides. It looks like a very sporty vehicle, even though it's an SUV. The Model 3, actually, I do like it from the back. It's just the front that I'm not a big fan of. I don't mind it, but I don't love it. So actually, I would have to say agree because overall it's okay. It's more positive than it is negative. Apart from the initial defects that came with your car, approximately how many problems have you experienced since taking ownership, if any, excluding car crashes and expected wear and tear? Zero. It's been zero and it's been a few years. How would you rate your satisfaction with your Tesla overall compared with other cars that you have owned or driven? Very satisfied. Performance, very satisfied. Design, because it's electric, I like how in the back you don't have that thing in the middle seat and you have the front. So generally I would say satisfied. Certainly. Reliability, very satisfied. It has been absolutely fantastic. And then it continues. Exterior reliability, very satisfied. Interior reliability, very satisfied. Electronics reliability, very satisfied. No problems at all. Climate control reliability, once they fixed that thing with the seats, I was able to reliably adjust my temperature. Battery and drive system reliability, very satisfied. Brakes and chassis reliability, very satisfied. Moving on, customer service, Tesla stores, very satisfied. Service centers, very satisfied because I never went there. That's why I'm very satisfied. Mobile service, I never used it, so I'm very satisfied because I didn't have to. Destination chargers, very happy. Next, customer service by phone. I never used it. So I'm just gonna, actually this one I'm just gonna skip because I don't even know how you would use it. I think you just go into the app, right? Over the air updates, very satisfied. Has Tesla ever contacted you about a previously unknown problem that they identified with your car remotely? No. Has your Tesla been in a crash that required body work done to the car? No. Charging. There are enough superchargers for me to get wherever I want to go. Absolutely. Sometimes a gasoline vehicle would be preferable for longer drives. If you have to be somewhere as soon as possible and time is of the essence and you have to stop multiple times to charge, then I would say yes. But for me, it's not an issue. So I will say strongly disagree. The supercharger network is fast enough for my needs. Yeah, it's okay. I don't have an issue. I wish it was a little faster. That would be better, I think, overall. I often have to wait for a supercharger stall to become available. Never. I never had to wait. Tesla superchargers are affordable. Yeah, of course they are. Cheaper than gas. I often worry about my car's state of charge. Only if we go on a longer drive, like very long, and we have to stop. My computer just crashed. That never happens. That was a little bit annoying, but let's continue. Luckily, I didn't lose the recording, and Bloomberg did save all of the survey answers, so that's lucky. Ease of charging, very satisfied. Time spent charging, very satisfied. The vehicle range between charges, somewhat satisfied. I wish it was longer, but it's fine. Availability of fast chargers on long drives, very satisfied. Then the next set of questions is about autopilot. I stopped using autopilot, and when I was using it before, after a few phantom braking instances, yeah, I didn't like it, but I'm sure it's much better now, but I just haven't used it in quite a while, so I'm just gonna skip those. How often do you experience those problems with autopilot? Because I'm not using it, I'm just gonna skip this one because I assume it is better now, but I'm not really sure. FSD is great though. Varying and merging problems, never had a problem here. Inappropriate speed, never had a problem. Failure to brake, never had a problem. Yes, I have access to full self-driving. Tesla's full self-driving was worth the price I paid for it. Well, I understood that I'm getting beta software, so I strongly agree with that. I feel deceived about when features would become available. I'm gonna put neutral here. Tesla has always been clear about the limitations of FSD. Absolutely, some versions of FSD were unsafe for public release. Strongly disagree. FSD is a useful feature in its current state of development. Absolutely, I agree. Tesla is on the right track toward fully self-driving cars. Absolutely, FSD is reliable enough for the average driver to use it, as long as they pay attention, of course. FSD improves my safety when I'm using it. I believe so. How often do you experience these problems on FSD? Phantom braking. That doesn't happen to me. There's probably maybe a few cases I am not remembering, but if they did happen, or yeah, then it's not a problem for me. But with autopilot, I really did not like these. Varying and merging problems. Generally, yeah, I think it's been fine. So yeah, inappropriate speed, that never happens. Failure to, oh, it could be too slow also, but no, yeah, it's never too slow and it's never too fast. It's fine. Failure to brake, that never happens. Navigating toward inappropriate driving area. That has never happened to me. How much of your driving is spent using autopilot? I'm just going to skip all of the autopilot things because I'm not using it. If you have used the smart summon feature in the last 6 months, to what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statements? Elon Musk himself said that we are working on making smart summon actually smart. I don't use it, so I'm going to skip all of these questions about smart summon. Tesla exceeded my expectations, yes. I would buy a Tesla again. Absolutely, of course. I would recommend a Tesla to my friends and family. Of course, my opinion of Tesla, the company, is positive. Yes, my opinion of Tesla, the company, will influence my next decision to purchase a vehicle. That doesn't really matter at all, I don't think. I feel a sense of community with other Tesla owners. Yeah, somewhat. My opinion of Tesla CEO Elon Musk is positive. Of course, my opinion of Tesla CEO Elon will be taken into account the next time I'm considering a new car. I don't think that makes much of a difference for me. But maybe a little bit, yeah. Probably. Government incentives for electric vehicles will play a key role in whether to buy an electric vehicle in the future. For me, no, but for many people, I know it would make a big difference. My Tesla has been more reliable than previous cars I owned. Yes, After owning a car, I will never buy another gasoline-powered car again. Yes. To what extent do you follow Elon Musk's public statements and actions very closely? To what extent do you believe that Elon Musk's recent public statements reflect your values? Yeah, to a great extent. To what extent do you believe that Elon Musk's recent public statements have harmed or improved Tesla's reputation? If we are talking short term, many believe there has been some impact. Long term, I don't think it will make much of a difference. So if I'm thinking long term, because I know Elon will adjust his actions if there is damage being done long term, I will pick neutral. To what extent do you believe that Elon Musk's recent public statements align with Tesla's mission? Well, every time Elon Musk really speaks, especially in a long form interview, he always talks about transitioning the world to sustainable energy. That's certainly aligned. When I listen to Elon now, it's almost too repetitive. He's always talking about transitioning to sustainable energy. And then there are political tweets from Elon, but these are not on behalf of Tesla. I believe when Elon speaks about Tesla and transitioning to sustainable energy, I think that is aligned with Tesla. To what extent has Elon Musk's recent public statements lowered or raised your opinion of him? It has not changed. Well, actually, maybe. Elon does stand up when it is needed, but I already knew that. So it would be maybe a little bit better, but that's exactly what I would have expected Elon to do for the most part anyway. So I don't think this is anything new to me personally. To what extent do you believe that Elon Musk is a negative or a positive role model for other business leaders? I think it's a very positive. I think Elon Musk is a very positive business role model because other CEOs, I don't think they really say what they really think. Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter has been a distraction from his responsibilities at Tesla. Well, if he did not do the acquisition, that means he would be spending more time at Tesla. And if he was spending more time at Tesla, I think Tesla would be doing a little bit better. I think it's difficult to argue against that unless you believe that Elon is not able to bring anything positive to Tesla because he did have to spend a lot of time at Twitter. And I also understand the argument that he spent maybe enough time at Tesla, but if he spent more than that, don't you think that Elon would have done something great for Tesla? I think he would have. So in that sense, you could certainly say, I think it has been a distraction, but I'm not against that distraction. Elon Musk is the right person to be leading Tesla right now. Absolutely. Tesla is on the right way as a company. Absolutely. Elon Musk should stop tweeting. It's not my business what he does. Elon should do what he wants to do. Elon Musk's ownership of Twitter is a positive development. I would certainly say so. Elon Musk should stay out of politics. He should do whatever he would like to do. I trust Elon Musk to make the right decisions for his companies. Absolutely. Recommendations, please rank in order the top 5 reasons you might recommend a Tesla. I picked number 1, value. You just get the best value. Number 2 is the range. You get more range for the money that you are paying. You get a very reliable car. The superchargers are also very reliable. Everything just works unless you buy the Model X. Then, yeah, I'm not sure about that. But if you get a Model 3 or a Model Y, I think you will be quite happy unless you're just unlucky. Performance is number 4. And number 5, I picked charging convenience. Then they ask about the reasons why you would not recommend a Tesla vehicle to someone else. None of these are reasons why I would not recommend a Tesla to anyone. The only reason I can really think of is if you cannot afford it. Then they ask, please rank the areas of improvement that you think Tesla should focus on most in order to attract and retain future customers, with 1 being most urgent and 8 being least urgent. I would say number 1, price of new vehicles. Number 2, new models of vehicles, meaning the cheaper vehicle for the masses. And number 3, FSD. I'm going to skip this one because we already know what Tesla is working on. Battery data, I don't have everything, but I just put everything that I can quickly get. We usually charge the vehicle up until 85%. Ours is the long range one. Our odometer reading right now is almost 23,000 miles. I should probably specify that, miles. Long-term efficiency, I don't have that with me right now. Have you driven? Yes. In cold temperatures, absolutely. We have driven it a lot. And I notice that we lose about 1/3 of the range. Whatever it displays, it's about, whatever it should be, it's about 1/3 less. What were the biggest factors influencing your Tesla investments? I believe that Tesla has huge opportunities, of course. What type of home do you live in? Single family house? Do you own or rent your home? Own? Do you have Tesla solar power? No. It's Vancouver. If Tesla Energy were to offer a heat pump product to provide electric heating and cooling to the home, is that something you might be interested in buying? Of course. What is your household's approximate net worth? Where do you live? Canada. They also asked, did you vote in the 2020 US presidential election? Which I did not, because I live in Canada. And this is the Tesla stock buying opportunity explained by Elon Musk. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.